Awesome. So I've been out here in my garden already, harvested some cucumbers and some Thai peppers and some okra. But I got two main pumpkins, it's the varieties. I believe these are the jack-o'-lantern ones. Hopefully they'll be ready by Halloween. And these are the mammoth ones. Hopefully they'll be ready by Thanksgiving. That's all I care about, right? Watermelon's doing this. Just I let it go crazy. It's all this area is watermelon. Still got some carrots back up here, this corner. I just sprinkled carrots around. Everybody needs a little bit of carrots here and there. The pumpkins have been sending up their male flowers. They send these up first to attract pollinators to the area. There, just squished myself a striped cucumber beetle. But I've been out every day for the past couple of weeks making sure all the squash vine borers haven't been getting too much to the pumpkins. Sometimes it could be overwatering, or it could have been I slipped that to try to get a worm out. Squash vine borers have been my nemesis for sure. These obviously started way back here, but I've had to open them up, clip them out, and then I try to recover it up. And they just get in there, they just bore stuff, and they just tear it up. All the other bugs aren't too horrible on it, plants, but these are just terrible to take care of too. Jalapeno plants are doing really good. I did one harvest earlier. I probably should come and take these. But, I mean, there's a couple beauties in here. I don't really know when to harvest jalapenos, I'm not gonna lie. The habanero plant, I already had one good harvest. Give it to my boy Sanjay. But look at all these. Look at all these habaneros. Like, look how crinkly it is. My God, the guy looks like a 98-year-old man who had cancer. Like, look how crinkly that is. Is it back in here? Not done yet. I mean, so many habaneros. So many habaneros. Look at all these beauties. Look at even they're cute and little. I mean, there's more. I don't even know if I showed all these yet. Back up in there. There's a whole second plant, and the worst part is I had kind of planted things together, and I feel bad about pulling our thinning crops, because you gotta kill a plant. But my dog jumped in here and broke off a whole branch of this one, and it was probably the most productive branch with like 6 or so habaneros. So you can see there's two habanero bushes. I'm actually going to try to overwinter these. Like, just look how beautiful. Like, look at that. My gosh. And these are all going to be all these flowers, all these little buds. They pollinate great. Oh, look, there's a little bug in there. What is it? That looks like a... Where is he? Looks like there's a spider right up in there. Wow. Go get him, buddy. My onions. Onions are kind of cool. I mean, I just threw these seeds in here. We'll get what we get. Cantaloupe. So this is, see these little plants with the leaves, like 6 of them or something like that. There's a watermelon. These big ear ones are oh, this is garlic. This is garlic or onions. You can just tell by the way it is. It's not grass. It looks like grass from afar, but you get up there and you can see how full it is. It could be, I don't think it's grass. That's not grass, that's too full. And I had garlic in rows here. This was all garlic. I pulled most of it up, but some of it gets by and you don't really care too much if you pull it all up. Here's another big pumpkin. These are the mammoth ones, I believe. That's a spotted cucumber beetle. You can tell. If it looks like a ladybug, but a little bit longer and it's yellow, it's bad. Ladybugs, on the other hand, are good. This is the other pumpkin, last pumpkin. Show you. This comes up here. This is bell pepper. This one, I got overwatered one day. I let it sit in it before I transplanted it. These three are ghost peppers. And they are beautiful. Like, look at that. How strong this one looks like it's gonna be. It just, that habanero is from like Home Depot, but these I grew from seed. And you saw the seed ones were about a month or so behind. Peppers just grow real slow. Here's another bell pepper. So I got 2 bell peppers on the ends, and then 3 ghost peppers. I'll try to overwinter these. Hopefully we'll get some out of here. But all the peppers look pretty much the same. Until they grow, that is. I already had 1 cantaloupe harvested. It looks kind of odd. I mean, I thought maybe it was too done or not done enough. But we opened it. Holy cow. It was beautiful on the inside. But aren't we all a little bit beautiful on the inside? But I got some more cantaloupe. Different stages of the process. This is a different kind than I grew last year. This might be like a honeydew cantaloupe or something like that. It's very juicy. And this is more the kind I grew last year. You can see it, the different stages. That one's a little bit malformed. Could have been a slightly poor pollination. But you can see that. I'm supposed to hang them. You're supposed to hang them to support them. You can see that one's not ripe yet. It's still green. You know, you're supposed to hang them like that, but I've been lazy and letting them run, just hang by themselves, and it feels good. I got 1 watermelon out of all this. This is all watermelon. And I don't know if I should have pollinated it by hand more. I think I pollinated this one by hand. It's a little bit malformed. But you know what? It's still juicy on the inside. And as Lizzo says, as long as it's juicy. Just go here past the cantaloupe. We'll go over to the okra. Man, it's probably 5 foot. These top ones are just at 6 foot off this. So, you know, Nick's a foot. That's a foot tall bed. These are all cucumbers all up in here. Actually, there's 1 random cantaloupe through that you can almost see peeking through. The little fuzzball, that's a cantaloupe. Cucumbers are getting old, showing their age, but you know, we're still getting good buds. Probably need to thin these out, and those are cucumbers over there. I need to pull the ends of the vine back so they come back around, because cutting off the old stuff and getting that new stuff really is good. Look at these huge leaves. I get these little sharpshooter bugs on. They really like this okra, and they eat the sap of the plants. So they're technically pests, but they're really hard to catch. They don't really do too much. They might cause that white stuff, but you wash it off, and who really cares? The flowers, you gotta come out. They only flower for a day. They open. Oh, look at that guy. He's like splayed out. Huh. They only open late morning. And then like this one was open this morning, and it's, you know, the size of a wallet or something. There's a little ladybug. There are 2 different types of ladybugs, one with 2 dots and one with a lot of dots. This one, I could harvest that one. Okay, you got about 2 days or so before you can harvest. Between, you know, when's the bottom end of the harvest and when's too big. They get too big, they get woody, allegedly, but you know, if you cut them too small and they're tender, like, you don't get a lot of fucking okra out of it. So this is all turmeric. Look at these beauties. Look how giant these leaves are. I mean, just gorgeous. They'll curl up when they're too wet or not wet enough and too hot. And this guy on this end gets the bulk of the heat. These little ones are kind of protected by each other, but they're just a root, and they propagate like that. Little Thai pepper bush. This one's been doing good. Got a lot out of it. I don't really know what to do with it. That's another habanero plant. Got it at the same time as that one. I split them off. There were 3 in a single tub. Split that one off, so it was a little bit delayed. It was definitely the one with the least roots. I still got cucumbers. That one will harvest tomorrow. This one probably will too, even though it's much smaller. You can tell the end's starting to discolor a little bit, and kind of makes these little pockets. But when they kind of expand out a bit, it's starting to ripen. And we got a yellow rose, climbing yellow rose, and then this is honeysuckle on either end. Honeysuckle. So ideally, that'll take over half and make this really dense and shaded. Oh my gosh, is that beautiful? Did you see that? Hummingbirds. We put a hummingbird feeder out here. It's the first time I saw a hummingbird. My dog really likes to be in the asparagus bed. I had to put these landscaping timbers down because the yard guys tend to think this looks like grass, which I don't blame them. It kind of does. They eat it up a bit, but that's asparagus. If you don't believe me, just imagine the edges of that. Stop eating. He likes eating these leaves, don't you? I don't know why he likes these particular bushes, but really likes this leaf. Anyways, they're fern. They last for 20 years. Thought that was super cool. So, one day we'll have asparagus. One day, cantaloupe. Good to meet you. This is a pecan tree. Actually, 2 of them. 1 of them, 2 of them. At some point, you just kind of tie them together because it looks cool. But they're crazy. They're a weed out here. Sorry about covering the camera. My good friend Shivani called. This is blackberry. These get hot. I need to keep these watered better. These are doing good. I got 3 blackberries off of my blackberry bushes. And they go out there. I got 6 of them left. Navajo and Arapaho varieties. Our basil is doing great. This is all basil. Actually, no, this is not all basil. This is a bell pepper that I don't know how got in here, but it's bolting. I need to pick that off. Really, I haven't harvested any basil because I haven't had a need to, but it smells really good. Smells really good. Peach tree's looking really good. Both of these, actually all 3 of these you see, there, and there, peach trees. This blackberry's doing really good. This one's okay. This one's pretty good. Something's getting into it. I need to really actually string this up, but I really want it to bush out and fill this out. Ideally, I'd like a really solid fence line of blackberries. But that's it. Say goodbye. Stop eating the leaves. You're not a giraffe.